Adesina Koiki here at the New York Marriott Marquis for the U.S. Women's National Team Media Day, getting ready for the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup. I am now joined by the person who made my collar look really good just now, Tobin Heath, the midfielder. And first of all, Tobin, thank you so very much for joining us. How excited are you to get ready to compete in another World Cup and bring home the World Cup trophy here for the first time since '99?
I'm stoked. I mean, there's no lack of excitement at this point. The hype is huge. I think we're all just putting those final touches on our preparation, and we're just ready to get there and to start the tournament.
People and fans love your style of play, being a midfielder, attacking, and being able to create so many chances. Where did you craft and learn your style of play from? You're laughing right now. You're like, I can't tell you, or if I do, I have to kill you. I know.
I think it's just a kid that loves to play with the ball in my backyard, anywhere. Just taking as many touches, trying, what I see on TV, what I see the great players doing. Probably making a lot of mistakes, but always wanting to do something a little bit different and special.
Give me a specific time or times when you saw something on TV, maybe a trick, maybe a possible shot, the way he or she shot it, that you said, you know what, I may want to incorporate it and still incorporate right now.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Brazilian style of play. So that freedom and that kind of comfortability on the ball has always been really appealing for me as a player, and it's suited me well with my style of play as well. So all the Brazilian legends, I've always looked to them, looked at their tricks, looked at their shots, their technique, and tried to emulate that.
You play here in the Women's Professional Soccer League that's here. You also played at PSG as well, Paris Saint-Germain. How was your experience playing overseas in France? And I believe that was between the two leagues here, and one folded and then the other emerged. How was it playing in France? And compare, I guess, the level of fandom and zeal in France and the United States when playing soccer.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I had it. I think my soccer border had been just expanded exponentially. I mean, I learned so much there. Tactically, technically, the game is played very different there. I think the culture around the football there is incredible. It's huge. People live and breathe it. People understand it. Sometimes, here in America, it's not necessarily the number one sport, so people don't get it as much as they do overseas, where it's really in their blood. So in that way, I really appreciated my time there, because I felt like I learned and I was uncomfortable, and it just stretched me and allowed me to grow as a player.
Could you imagine playing overseas more?
Absolutely. I mean, I would love to, given the right circumstances, just because I know how influential that was in my life and in my football. And I would want to challenge myself in another way like that.
You mentioned the game of football, the way it's played, maybe I guess is different between playing in France and playing here. What are the biggest differences?
I think just a tactical awareness. I think some things just go without even having to be coached. Because people, they just understand the game. It's things that don't have to be said. I think they emphasize certain parts of the game there that we don't necessarily emphasize here.
Like what?
For instance, it's not as okay to make silly mistakes in a way, things that necessarily you just shouldn't do. I think we're a lot more forgiving in our football than maybe overseas in a way.
You mean the coaches or the fans?
No, I think just in general, the style. I think it's a lot more taking care of the ball. I think if you don't take care of the ball, you were the one that didn't take care of it. And in that way, I think you really have to use all of your ability to be a part of that team and to make sure that you're the one that's helping the team and not hurting it. Yeah.
Tobin, this has been a really insightful interview. Tobin, thank you so very much, and I'm happy that people with two women's first names, Tobin and Adesina, can have some time talking about the game of football. I don't think I said soccer. I think I said soccer once.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say I'm trying to say football more and more. Tobin, thank you so very much for joining us, and best of luck in Canada.
Thank you. Appreciate it.